I entered in the biggest Pokemon tournament of my entire life. I'm PokeShirt, and this is the story of how I competed in the 2025 Pokemon North American International Championship, or NAIC for short. Now, before we get started, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not a pro at Pokemon TCG. Matter of fact, I'm kind of washed. My stats are pretty much non-existent besides having luck. But hey, we showed up anyways. Heading into NAIC, I had a pretty good idea what deck I wanted to play. It was either between Gardevoir EX or Dragapult Charizard EX. Both had solid matchup spreads. But Gardevoir was favored just a little bit, nothing too crazy. But here's the catch. Gardevoir is brain heavy. Yes, the deck drains your soul after 9 hours, and I wasn't sure if I could handle all that level of focus for 9 rounds. So I tested both at locals, and honestly, Dragapult Charizard EX felt way smoother than Gardevoir. Didn't break as much, so I locked it in a week before NAIC. I wasn't too sure of my pick now because everybody was already testing against the Charizard Dragapult EX. But my buddy recommended I try his deck out, Grimmsnarl EX. Grimmsnarl EX with 320 hit points. Shadow Bullet hits active for 180 and does 30 to the bench. And it has the ability called Punk Up, which if you evolve Grimmsnarl from your hand, search your deck up to 5 dark energies and attach them to your Marnie's Pokemons in any way you like. Add Frostlass Freezing Shroud, 1 damage counter to all Pokemon with abilities, and Monkey Dory's a Drain of Brain, where you can move 30 damage counters from your side to your opponent, and you got yourself a meta breaker. With the meta full of ability heavy decks like Dragapult, Raging Bolt, and Gardevoir, which Grimmsnarl hits for weakness, the deck was kind of a sleeper hit. Grimmsnarl had some really good results. It placed 6th at the Champions League in Aichi. It did 3rd at Indonesian's Master Ball League, and it got 9th in the Korean League final season. So the deck itself is actually really good. I gave it a shot, and honestly guys, I actually fell in love with the deck. The deck gave me the same sparks that I felt when I first picked up Charizard EX and Miraidon EX when they first dropped. Only problem though is I had 5 days left until NAIC, and then I got sick. I got sick the Saturday before NAIC. It was looking bad. I'm not gonna hold you, it was rough. But I decided to not test, to take a lot of vitamins, liquid IVs, and just try to recover as fast as I can. Thankfully, dude, I started feeling a little bit better just in time. I still had the mask on because I was still coughing. My suitcase was packed, and I flew to New Orleans. Thursday came in, I checked in, I got my badge. I dropped off my luggage at my friend's hotel because our Airbnb didn't, I think our check-in at that spot was like at 4 p.m. So we're just like, all right, we'll just drop this off at my homie's place and then we'll pick it up after the convention center. We hit the convention center to visit the Pokemon Center shop, and I went bankrupt. I picked up my competitor kit. I even demoed the Scarlet and Violet on the Switch too, which I would highly recommend. It ran so smooth. The fan over at Artisan was like spinning like no other, dude. Then I headed to the Airbnb to rest up for the main event. Friday comes in. Oh yeah. Why was I dressed like young boy? My friends and I made a bet that whoever had the worst finish at our last event would have to cosplay, and I believe it was a cup or a challenge. It was one of those two, but I didn't show up. So if you guys see me walking around as a young boy, just know that was me, dude. But anyways, let's talk about my matches. My round 1, I went up against Dragapult Charizard EX. Game 1, I misplayed. I discarded TMD Evolution too early, and I tunneled my focus on Shaman and ignored Monkey Dory. Worst mistakes ever, bro. Like, I should have just focused on the Monkey Dory. I should have not cared about the Shaman as much. Game 2, I went for the Devo plan and it failed because my Devo was prized. It was like top 2 of my prizes, so I couldn't even Devo my opponent per game, so I just ended up losing that. So my record ended up being 0-1. Round 2, I played against Godango Dragapult EX. Honestly, the game went smoother. Like it finished super quick. My opponent break twice in those 2 games, and I just ended up capitalizing on it, giving my record easy 1-1. Round 3 opponent, I played against Dusknoir Dragapult. Game 1, I did not play my Iono when my opponent was at 2 prizes. My opponent had like 8 cards in hand, and I didn't Iono him whatsoever. Don't know why, and that costed me the game because he just ended up Halucha Dusknoir combo me, and it just took me out the game. Game 2, I got Dusknoir combo like twice, and I couldn't recover. Like, I only had like 2 Impidimps down, and he was just like, all right, cool, Dusknoir, and knocked out. So I lost that round and made my record 1-2. Round 4, I played against Raging Bolt EX. Game 1 was an easy win. My opponent bricked. He couldn't really do much. I think he had a Teal Mask, Ogerpon, and a Baby Bolt. So I was able to Grimmsnarl, or Rare Candy Grimmsnarl turn 2 and start attacking. Game 2, I got donked. I only had 1 Impidimp, and he had Fan Rotom, Aerial Zero, and Attached for turn. And then game 3, I misplayed again. TM Evo with prize, and I couldn't find Frostlass or Monkey Dory, even though they were all in the deck, leading my record to a 1-3. Now, before we get into round 5, I just want to say, if you guys are enjoying the content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Just know I rarely post. I only post maybe once or twice out of like 6 months. So if you guys like those kind of content, then subscribe. Round 5, I played against Godango EX. Now, game 1, I had a horrible start. My hand was nothing but, it was just nothing, bro. I bricked, and I think I waited for like 4 or 5 turns, and then I scooped, which costed me the whole entire round, because game 2 I lost because of end of time. So if I were to scoop a little bit earlier, I probably would have won game 2, because I was on track on winning game 2, but I didn't, and I ended up losing. So time is what made me lose the round. I could have just tied it. Like, I was trying to aim for the tie, but it just, I lost the round by time, so it put my record at 1-4. Round 6, though, I played against Gardevoir EX. I didn't really have that much training into this matchup. I just assumed I was gonna easily win, but it was actually not the case. Game 1, I got knocked out by the Drifloon with the Bravery Charm combo. He ended up having it. Like, I Iono'd him to 2. He had Research in hand, and he was able to just play it. Game 2, I was able to clutch up with the Counter Catcher plus Monkey Dory combo. I was able to just counter catch up his Gardevoir Monkey Dory damage onto his Screamtail knockout for game. And then game 3, we didn't really have that much time, so we ended up tying, putting me at 1-5, or no, 1-4-1. After that, I was pretty much done. I think my buddies ended up dropping, so I dropped as well, because we're gonna go grab some food. So I dropped in my head. I forgot to drop on the RK9 lab, or let the officials know that I was dropping. So I had a round 7 opponent, but I was a no-show for them, so they got the free win. But for the final placement, can we get drum rolls? I placed out of 4,561 players. That's a lot of players, dude. That's a lot. I placed 3,117th. Y'all don't understand. I did good. I'm washed, but I did good. We win these. Like I said, washed. But I honestly had a great time, and I learned so much. And with that, I was ready to get the weekend started. I entered a GLC side event. I placed 77th out of 138. I was playing water. If you guys don't know what GLC is, it's a gym leader challenge where you only pick 1 typing and 1 of each card, and it has to be a 60 deck card. I ate some steaks with the boys. I explored a little bit more on New Orleans because I didn't do it the last time. And then, you know, took in the full NAIC experience. I checked out some stuff. They had like they had a station where they had like all the generations of Pokemon with the respective console, which is pretty sick. I got to see some of those. Other than that, it was just pretty chill for the most part. I really enjoyed my time there. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Win or lose, the Pokemon community is always a good time to be around. If you guys have never been to like an IC or a regional, I would highly just recommend it, just to kind of, if you enjoy Pokemon, that's probably the spot for you. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in like a month. I'll see you guys in like 6 months. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Bye.